Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. It is Season 3 versus Stream, Episode 9. Marek Jade Skywalker versus Starkiller. Both iterations of Force Unleashed 1 and the clone of Force Unleashed 2. Basically, kind of mashing them both into one character, giving them the power sets from the novels, not the film, or not the games, because if it is a game, Starkiller, he is too god modded. So, using Mara Jade at her prime and the iterations of Starkiller in their prime, we are going to have this versus stream out, and we are going to see where it goes. So, with me, I have Shaq Skywalker. Aaron, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
All right. I'm good. Netcat, how you doing?
Hey, doing pretty good.
All right. Ambassador, how you doing?
Cannot complain. And just for those who observe, Merry Christmas.
Oh,
Merry Christmas.
Yep. This is going to
and
be
happy holidays to everyone else.
Yes. This is going to be the last versus stream of the year. However, this will not be my last stream of the year. I still do, I'm still going to run it all the way up to the Wednesday before Christmas for mystery reviews. However, after that, my streams are going to be few and far between until the new year. So, with that out of the way, let us begin this lovely stream, which is going to be Mara Jade versus Starkiller. Without giving reason why, who wins, we'll start with Aaron first. Who wins without telling us why?
Well, I'd probably say Starkiller, Galen, Marek, probably.
All right. Netcat.
I'm going to go for Mara Jade.
All right. Ambassador.
Well, this isn't a reason, because seeing my avatar is a rendition of Grand Admiral Thrawn, I'm going to have to say Mara Jade.
All right. Now, let's give a little background to each of these characters. Both of them actually lived during the same time period. Both of them existed or as secret sort of members of the Sith. Mara Jade is the Emperor's hand. She was not a Sith Lord. She was trained in the dark side, but she was not trained to be an apprentice.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she is extremely powerful. She is so perceptively powerful that she was forced to have the same dream every night over and over after the Emperor died.
Oh.
Because she eventually fled to the planet Mercure in order to stop those dreams, because that planet is a force void.
Not completely, but yes.
Wow.
Now, it is fully a force void, actually, because of all the Salamari on there.
Yeah, that's why. I'm just saying that the planet itself isn't. But sorry.
No, the planet itself, no. But
what EU books does she appear in?
Huh?
What EU books does she appear in?
Pretty much everything after, or pretty much everything from the Thrawn trilogy to, where, or up to the book where she dies.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, spoiler alert.
Yes, major spoiler alert. Unfortunately, both these characters, they go out like badasses, but unfortunately, they do die.
We will not tell you when she's going to die. Just we'll admit that she dies, but we're not going to tell you the book. We won't do that.
Okay.
No. We only do marginal spoilers here on OHR.
Oh, we'll do, we won't spoil too much, but I am going to have to delve into her power set.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying not when. That's all I'm saying.
And Lisa's back in here because nobody is watching her. Anyway, Mara Jade is extremely powerful, especially after she marries Luke Skywalker. This woman was so powerful and precise with the Force that she could literally create air pockets to walk on using the Force. She is incredibly powerful with stealth techniques in the Force. She could hide her presence extremely well, both physically and through the Force.
I'd like to mention that that was to help her assassination stuff.
Oh yeah, she was trained to be the perfect Force sensitive assassin. Hey you, and my niece is here. Come on. And she basically essentially can kill you without even having to use the Force or a lightsaber. She's extremely powerful and extremely skilled.
Wow.
Now, she is also capable of using or reaching out through distances to use the Force as well to kill. She was fighting the Dark Lady Lumia to a standstill before the ship, or before a Sith probe ship actually stopped them itself.
Okay.
And once she had her kids, or her child actually, not children, but child, Ben Skywalker, one would actually say she became even more lethal, because who wouldn't be more lethal when it comes to protecting your children?
Yeah. That's
Now,
mom.
Yep.
She becomes lethal.
When it comes to Galen Marek, Starkiller, he was raised at a young age to delve into the dark side because his father or his parents were Jedi of the Old Republic. And during Order 66, Vader came to Kashyyyk and killed his father. However, Vader's own lightsaber was ripped out of his grip by this boy, who was all of 3 years old at the time. He was my nephew's age.
Oh, wow.
And he used the Force to rip Vader's lightsaber out of his hand.
Wow.
And when the stormtroopers came up and were ready to waste the kid, well, Vader then wasted those stormtroopers and anyone around who witnessed this kid using the Force, because he, after witnessing this, had an idea. I might be able to use this one. As you could probably hear my niece. How you doing, Zoe? Yeah, but anyway, Galen Marek would then grow up to be very primal with his use of the Force. Yes, he can cast Sith or Dark Side Lightning. Yes, he could cast Force Repulse, or where he is shoving out from every direction, which we all see Savage Ventress or Savage Opress do in the show. Yeah, in Clone Wars, where he just blasted a bunch of different droids all in this one, or out from one direction.
Wow.
We have seen, or Galen Marek can also use a Force or create a miniature maelstrom around himself. He can blend in with shadows. He can do so much. Not to mention, he can ride a ship into an atmosphere, keeping the ship, mind you, in one piece, and try to crash it into somebody. Course correcting as he goes. He did this. This is how powerful that Galen Marek is. Well, actually, this was his clone. But also, Galen Marek fought up against Vader and the Emperor. Galen Marek is essentially, as my brother actually aptly put it, he is all the best parts of what Anakin Skywalker could have been.
Yes.
Yes, I totally agree with that. Definitely.
Yeah.
So when it comes to these two doing battle against each other, this is not going to be an easy fight between them.
No.
And Galen Marek, he uses the most aggressive forms of Ataru and Demso and whatnot.
Oh yeah, he's very
I see you, Zoe.
Very aggressive.
Now, Jade, she also uses Ataru, but she also uses Makashi, and she also uses Sorasu. She's extremely gifted when it comes to lightsaber dueling as well.
Cool.
So now that we have background on both Now we will get into reasons why you all think your choice will win. Aaron, why do you think Mara or your choice would win?
Galen. Well, I remember, gosh, I remember getting the Force Unleashed game for Christmas. It was on Nintendo DS. And I just remember all the powers he had. I mean, they were just, he was real powerful. I've even seen gameplay like the PC version. I mean, of course, in the PC, in the game, he kind of has to be, I guess, godlike. But I remember a cutscene. I think it was either in the first or the second game, and he actually stopped a It was a Star Destroyer. And it was.
He guided it in, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he literally brought it down. From coming from the atmosphere. And I'm like, holy crap! And I mean, I've seen Vader actually lift an ATST off of him, but Galen Marek literally stopped an Imperial Star Destroyer from hitting him. It's like, yeah, he's pretty damn powerful. So, yeah, like his force repulse, I know, is quite powerful. He can, he can shoot lightning out of his fingertips. What else can he do? I mean, his force powers in themselves are just extremely, extremely powerful. And I just thought, when he was a Sith, he was pretty powerful, but I think he became more powerful as a Jedi once he transitioned. So
from light or dark to light, yeah.
Yeah, from dark to light, yeah. And he even battled the Emperor, and that's I don't know if Mara ever did. I don't know if Mara ever battled the Emperor, but I mean, Galen was strong enough to keep the lightning from hitting the ambassador of Alderaan, which is gosh, it's been so long since I've seen episode 3 and episode 4. Yes, Bail Organa, thank you. Yeah. He literally protected them all, and I mean, he was strong enough to keep the Emperor's lightning from hitting everyone else. So I don't know. I mean, Mara Jade, she sounds pretty powerful. Like with the powers that Orange Hat,
Considering Mara Jade can actually use the most powerful form of Force lightning, which is black lightning, she is extremely powerful.
I don't think I ever actually saw that part, but yeah.
It was mentioned in the books.
Oh, I believe I just probably missed that one.
Oh, pardon me. But yes, okay, so Ambassador, your choice, and why?
Well, as I said, my choice was, of course, Mara Jade. If you consider her skill set, you consider who she trained under in terms of Palpatine, but also Luke. She has a very well-rounded training in terms of force ability, not to mention her own natural ability as a granted, it is augmented by the force itself, but her own natural abilities as a spy and an assassin. She's gonna have access to particular skills that would be very beneficial to her in a battle with a powerhouse like Galen Marek, Starkiller. And not to mention, I say this with all due respect to Galen, Mara's dueling abilities far overmatch his in a lot of ways. If you consider, again, who her teachers were, not to mention she trained alongside the Imperial Guardsmen. The Imperial Guard were the best of the very best from the ranks of the Empire's military.
Wow.
So on top of her force ability training, her skills as an assassin and a spy, and her hand-to-hand, her abilities just in general, as a lightsaber duelist. Yeah, I'd say she's got the advantage in a lot of ways. Now, granted, Galen Marek is a powerhouse. I am by no means diminishing that fact, but to quote a very
Yeah.
wise and powerful Jedi master, talent without training is nothing.
Yeah.
And even though Galen Marek did have a great deal of training, Vader kept his training very basic, very simple. Whereas Palpatine and Luke, they really wanted Mara to have all the advantages that the Force could give to her in terms of Palpatine as his hand. Because let's be honest here, to ascend to the rank of Emperor's hand is no small feat. Now,
No, it
granted,
isn't.
there were numerous Emperor's hands throughout the Empire, but Mara was regarded as the very best because she got the accolades not from just Palpatine, but from Vader, and
Mhm.
that is no
wow.
small feat in itself.
I almost
Wow.
fell back.
when you get the backing and the kudos from not one but two
Sith Lords.
Sith Lords,
Yeah.
that's saying something. Whereas Galen Marek, granted, yes, again, cool character, very powerful. He has a very strong pedigree as a Force wielder, but he was a
He also
was a
got
broad.
accolades from both of them.
Yes, he was a. Let's put it this way: he was a broadsword, and he was an effective one.
He
Mara
can
Jade
use
was
the Force in subtle ways as well. It's just
True.
that he was more at home using it in a very wide and raw way.
Yes, very true. But where Mara Jade, she was a dagger that was sharpened to a razor's edge. And I know we'll get into the whether twos and why fours of why each of our choices would win. But
Which is why
just-
we're doing that now, actually.
well, we gotta give Netcat his turn. Don't forget.
Yeah. Which is Netcat. Let's
So-
bring it to you then.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is the reasons behind your choice?
Netcat, you there, bud?
He's probably having internet issues.
Crap.
Probably.
Are you able
Oh,
to hear
no,
me?
he's back. Yeah.
there
we
you
can
are.
hear
There
you.
you are, bud.
Okay, I was able to hear the entire time. Apparently, I had to have Chrome up for you to be able to hear me. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, for anyone who was here for the Metal Gear Solid debate, you'll know that I kind of favor assassins and stealth,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what Mara Jade started with. And even as she got more and more badass powers, she was always grounded in reality. Whereas other people saw power and flashy, she always saw this is what you need to do to actually accomplish the goal.
Mhm.
So even if Galen Marek were to be more powerful than her eyes would be more on the prize about what do I actually have to do to win, as opposed to who
Can I
getting
overpower? Yeah.
yeah. Because it doesn't matter if you can hit the hardest, if you can deliver the knife in the back or the punch to the nuts, and Mara Jade would do that, and she would take what she would take whatever she needed to win.
Yep.
So I think that
Wow.
that by itself is a big thing. And then you take into account all of her development throughout the expanded universe and all of the abilities that she gained after she broke free of the Emperor's control. And those two things combined,
Yeah.
as long as we're not talking Galen Marek from the games, we're talking Galen Marek from the books,
Mhm.
I think that she would win. Galen Marek
Yeah.
from the games, she wouldn't stand a chance.
Hell no,
But from the,
he would actually, or he would wreck her shit.
yeah, but
Oh,
as long as
yeah.
we're talking from the books, yeah, I think she'd win just because she has honor, but she's willing to discard that honor.
Right. Okay.
Well, one thing that she actually said to Skywalker is like, you may be, or you may have this moral stance where you don't always have to kill, but me, I have no problem with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Soul Assassin, I do not think she does have or she does have a channel, I do believe.
What, me?
Yes.
Yes, I do have a channel. Yes. I mean,
Do you have content?
yeah, I actually posted a new video. It was a tribute to Jade, aka Sith Lord 2827. So,
Yeah.
if you
So
want to,
yes, get your channel, send it into the private chat so I can actually have it plugged, or so I can get it plugged for you.
Hold on. If I can let this thing load. Come on now. Yeah, being a
As
pain in the
for
butt
me,
right now.
honestly, this is a very close fight, but I do believe that Starkiller would actually win, and here's why. Starkiller was trained by Vader, and Vader never went serious with Starkiller. However, when he fought Vader in his final battle on the Death Star for the first time, he realized just how out of his element and out of his depth he really was. But he slowly started to adapt, and he did it very well.
Mhm.
Galen Marek is adaptable to a ridiculous degree. Not only
Yeah.
that, he freaking tosses ships at people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He can
Yeah.
take a freaking TIE fighter and just hurl it at people. I'm not talking about the game. He did it in the books.
Really.
Yeah.
I have to give those books. I have to give those books a read. Then I haven't read them.
Is this your channel?
I just put it in the chat. Yes, I am Chick Skywalker. Yes, I am.
Shaq Skywalker Jedi Academy, or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, Soul
That is it.
Assassin found it. And
Yeah,
yes,
he did bring down a.
Yeah, he brought down the Star Destroyer. Or would you mind putting my channel in the description? Yes, I will, I'll plug it in the chat. I will try to
that's
get
fine.
that.
Soul Assassin's already got
Nah,
it.
Yeah.
nah, don't worry about it if you
Yeah.
don't. If
Yeah,
it's a problem, don't worry about it.
Right.
Yeah,
I really should do that for each
first game, I
freaking stream, but yeah.
He
No,
even
it's
brought
really
down
not that big of a deal.
He even
But-
he even defeated Shaq-Ti,
Yeah.
who was
And
very good
Shaq-Ti
Jedi.
actually almost killed him too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In the
Yes,
book.
he did.
I'm talking about not in the games. I'm talking
really?
about in the book.
Really?
Because in the book, she buried her lightsaber straight into his gut. And he still killed her.
I've been meaning to read the book.
I need to read the books then, because
Starkiller is no freaking slouch in the books. I mean, he fights Kazdan Paratus. He fights Shakti. He doesn't fight any of those. Or in the PlayStation 2 version of Force Unleashed, it's very different from the Xbox versions of Force Unleashed because he fights different little Sith Lords in the Jedi Temple of Sith Lords old, Darth Deathless, Darth Phobos, and another one. And then it's like, Jesus Christ, it was just a totally different game. Where,
well, not to mention, he also did fight Rom Koda.
Yes, he also fought Rom Koda, who was a badass in himself.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He blinded Rom Koda, yes.
But also, Rom Koda is no I mean, when it comes to fighting against Vader, Rom Koda is always going to lose. But not to mention, freaking Vader unleashed against the clone of Galen,
Yeah.
and Galen still managed to beat him, and it took everything he had not to kill him either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
he did kill Vader, I don't know.
Mara Jade, that being said, Mara Jade freaking almost killed an even more powerful Sith Lord than Darth Vader.
Whoa.
Her own nephew. Yeah.
Her own nephew, Darth
Yep.
Vader's grandson.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap.
The only reason why she lost was because of a very dirty tactic that he used, which was projecting her son's face over his own, which caused her to hesitate, because otherwise he would have been dead.
Mhm.
Not to mention, in her own death, she managed to keep her body intact until the very moment where she decided to have it become one with the Force.
Yep.
She then
I was like,
she then
I had
guided
actually avoided saying that.
Yeah. She then guided her own son into solving her murder.
Yep.
This is a woman who is extremely powerful. I mean, she has to keep up with Luke Skywalker, for crying out loud, and Luke Skywalker is one of the most powerful Force users in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
Definitely.
In that era, because there were infinitely more powerful people in the Old Republic era. And I'm talking about Jedi. I'm not talking about Sith Lords.
Yeah, like
Because while Vitiate is powerful, I can name at least 3 other Jedi who were infinitely more powerful than he was. Nomi Sunrider among them.
Yes.
But anyway, Mara Jade, she has fought against so many. She even fought against Jaina Solo, who is not easy to beat either.
Whoa.
Nope. The little twins were a force to be reckoned with. I mean, there was a reason why they gave the Yuzon Vong such a headache.
Well, not only that,
Yes.
the Yuzon Vong hated them on principle because they were twins.
Oh, true.
Wow.
And she Jaina Solo just freaking taunts them. It's like, yeah, I'm your Harla. Fuck you. It's like, you bitch. But she also went to the dark side during that series. But I'm not going to say any further than that. But anyway,
she's actually my favorite Star Wars character.
Yeah. Now, another thing about Mara Jade, as I said, she could literally walk on air. She can create very small pockets of air, like about the size of a brick, and walk on them to avoid pressure sensors.
I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
She can use the Force in very subtle ways. Wow. So when it comes to the fight, when it comes to the fight between these two, I am kind of torn between them. Yes, Mara Jade is more precise and powerful with the Force. However, Galen Marek is no slouch either, and he is a fucking whirlwind in the Force. This dude will freaking throw you into a tree and snap every bone in your body doing it.
Oh yeah.
He's a blunt instrument, but he can also be a sharp tool as well.
Yeah, there's a trailer like for the second one where he does like Force repulse and all these stormtroopers just
disintegrated. But that's the game.
Sorry,
he didn't do it in the show or in the book. In the book, he did blend in with shadows pretty easily.
Oh, that's cool.
In the book, or during that trailer for the game, where he's blending in with the shadows and escaping and whatnot, he did that in the game, or he did that in the book. Really? He could blend in with shadows. He can blend in with other things as well. He's no slouch.
Yeah,
go
ahead.
But I can honestly say I do not know who will win this. So I am torn between Galen and between Mara. Basically when I get to the top 10, I will have, or best out of 10, I will give my final thing. But for the most part, there are way too many variables between these two.
Oh yeah.
However, Galen does have the advantage.
Yeah, he even force pushed Vader so hard that Vader went through 3 walls before he stopped at the 4th one. And
Mhm.
it is in the trailer too.
Yeah.
It's like, holy cow! I know it's just a trailer, but still, I mean, that in itself just makes Galen so powerful. I think. I
Yeah.
mean, I know he's more godlike in the games, but I really think he is a powerful Star Wars character, in my opinion.
Well, even in the books, as I said, Galen Marek held together a freaking Mon Calamari cruiser,
Whoa!
the big ass one, and crashed it into a planetary shield
Oh my god!
Mhm.
on Camino.
And Anakin couldn't
He-
even keep. Go ahead.
He
Sorry.
held that thing together with the
Wow.
Force, and he stood atop of it, stopping debris from hitting himself
Wow.
and whatnot.
Yeah, Anakin couldn't even keep the visible hand because it basically broke apart while it was,
Well-
heading down towards Coruscant.
Well, that was, or he's done other. What is that noise?
I have no
What the
idea.
hell? I think it's coming from Netcat.
Netcat, you got somebody screaming their head off in your area?
No, so I was playing a game and a character just screamed. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
Pay attention, boy.
Yeah,
I'm
pay
paying
attention.
Pay attention.
Hey,
ADD. I
Don't-
do multiple things at one time.
we don't care. Pay
So-
attention.
Now,
Understandable.
because we still have some time to kill between, let's go over some of our favorite moments of each character and whatnot. So we'll start with Galen Marek because obviously he is known in video games. What's your guys' favorite moments in the video games of his accomplishments?
Hold on a minute.
Well, I can. I'd say the Jade Shadow, probably.
Jade Shadows or Mara Jade's ship, Jade Shadow was freaking boss. Where while the Rogue Shadow was extremely well put together and whatnot as well, and decked out with some of the most advanced features, Jade Shadows was no exception, or was also pretty much like that with other things as well.
Say of Galen Marek's most notable moments, and this is going to be a silly one, or maybe it's not a silly one, but it's not one you would think of. And he didn't actually have to use 1 ounce of the Force to accomplish this. He inspired the formation or the continuation of the rebellion.
He actually inspired the rebellion into action.
Exactly.
Yep.
I would
Because
say
he showed the emperor, he showed them that the emperor could be, or he showed them that the empire wasn't invincible.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
that
that
was
for
actually
me,
good.
that for me. I mean, yeah, his the stuff he's done and with the Force is very, very cool. Don't get me wrong. I would say the other notable moment is there on Camino during his final battle with Vader, and he paralyzes Vader to the point where the rebels can actually capture him. I will say this just as a quick aside, then we get back on topic. I wish we had gotten Force Unleashed 3 because that would have been a great continuation and finale to that story. I would love to have seen what happened next. So anyway, I yield my time.
Alrighty. What is your favorite moment in the games, Aaron?
Me?
Yep.
Well, I love his saber form for one. I love his power. I love how powerful he is because because I remember when I was playing the Nintendo game, and I would always use Force Repulse. I would use Saber Throw, and I think I would use the Lightning. The Lightning and the Saber Throw I love the most because it does so much damage. And I mean, I just loved how powerful he was because you could just, I mean, sometimes it would take like maybe 2 to 3 hits. Sometimes it would take just 1 hit just to, to kill whatever you're attacking. And he's a very fully fleshed out character, I have to say, and his force power, like I don't remember who said it, but he could have been the Jedi that Anakin could have been. Anakin was a good Jedi, and if he had trained, much like Galen, he would have been just as powerful as Galen Marek. And like I said, I like how the character was written. I like how the games kind of played out because the character was definitely very powerful. And basically, defeating all of those, like defeating Shakti, and I think there was another character alongside. I can't remember her name. You defeat her, you kill Shakti, you kill all these other Jedi, and it's like, wow, you know. And he could have been either Sith or Jedi. He could have been, much more powerful than even Vader and the Emperor. So.
Which actually reminds me, I should really check to see how that poll is doing.
Oh yeah, Revan's pretty powerful too, I would imagine. I mean, I've played the Old Republic games. I've only played the first one though. They're pretty good too.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah,
So-
both of them are great.
Netcat, have you given your favorite moments of Galen?
I haven't yet. I'd say that my favorite moments is not so much about his force abilities, and remember that my only real experience with him is in the game. But
Yeah.
what I really liked with Galen was actually the part where he fought his droid companion, and the droid companion would take on the form of somebody that he would not want to be killing, and they'd be attacking, and basically his droid would be actually trying to kill him, and that'll be the point of the entire training bout. That's the part that always stuck with me, just as to how he was trained to actually fight anybody that would fight him, and to a degree the way that, assuming that they go the light side option, that he kind of broke free of that.
Okay.
And of course, there's the obvious guiding the Star Destroyer down onto the planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That felt a little bit too obvious.
Yeah, that's true. It's such a bad moment.
yeah.
One of my favorite moments of Galen Marek actually came in Force Unleashed 2 in the book. I don't know if they showed it in the game. I can't remember if they did, but Galen Marek basically concentrated his Force Lightning to such a degree that it was one giant Force Lightning bolt when he was fighting the Gorg, where he literally just he puts in a piece of metal into the Gorg's brain and just uses Force Lightning into such a concentrated degree where he turns it into just one humongous force bolt of force lightning and stuns the Gorg. That Gorg ripped a freaking bull rancor bit a bull rancor in half. Bull rancors, as we know, are a lot bigger than normal rancors, and this Gorg thing just literally just reaches in, grabs it, tosses it out.
Man.
It's like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
You're talking about the one of the trailers for the second game. Yeah, that was. I will say this: there is that very first cinematic we ever saw for the first Force Unleashed game where you just had the cloaked figure standing on the planet, and then you see that figure yank a Star Destroyer out of orbit and crash it, and the nose of the thing just grinds to a freaking halt.
Yep.
You're
Dude,
like,
that's
holy freaking crap, this game is gonna be killer.
Yeah.
yeah, totally.
Alrighty. So we're going to actually start to get to the
Mm-hmm.
out of 10s. So we'll start with Aaron. Out of 10, who do you think takes the most? And how many do they take?
Okay. Oh, how many?
How many out of 10 does your choice take, Mara Jade?
Like out of 10 fights,
Yes.
Yes.
I'd say about maybe a 5 at the very least.
So it's
Probably.
50-50. He wins 5, she wins 5.
Pretty much
All right.
50-50 chance, I would say.
Alrighty. Netcat.
I'm gonna give it 6 to Mara and 4 to Galen. It's really close, but I am biased towards the stealth aspect.
Yeah. Alrighty. Ambassador.
I'm going to have to agree with my esteemed colleague Nickcat. But I'll make the odds just a little bit more, a little slanted. 7-3 in favor of Mara.
All right. As for me, I will actually give it a 6-4. Galen. This man has done insane feats. He has fought creatures that that dwarf rancors. He has fought the Emperor himself to a standstill, and yes, he died, but he fried up the Emperor pretty much as well. Not killing him, but still hurting him. He subdued Darth Vader. She can never claim those. However, yes, she is powerful. Mara is powerful, but she cannot claim that she has been able to stand up against her own master.
But she did stand up against Jorah Silbaoth.
Yes, Sabaoth, yeah. And also a clone of Luke Skywalker. So,
whoa, really? Huh.
I am going to say that she does win 4 of them, but Galen does take the 6 out of the 10.
Fair enough.
Anyway, folks, I am going to have to end this one a little bit more earlier than usual. But I do want to thank everybody for dropping into the chat. Riot Kitty, Price is Right, Soul Assassin, Brian King. Who else did we have here?
Fook Norris was here.
Yep, Norris.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for showing up. I forgot to look at the chat. So thanks everybody.
Ostinator. We had Ostinator and many others.
Yeah,
so let me
Ostinator was
check
here.
the poll. You've got to be freaking kidding me.
And Soul Assassin, yes, because I am myself married to a redhead. Well, a strawberry redhead, but still a redhead.
My
And
mom's a redhead. She could easily play Mara Jade. She has the attitude for it.
Soul Assassin, y'all are maniacs, and I respect you. Likewise, Soul Assassin.
The poll is 50-50.
Wow.
Well, did you vote yet?
I can't vote in my own polls.
Yeah, even
I thought you
Steven
could.
at the time.
Nope. The poll.
Wow.
Oh wait, no. Somebody voted at a very last second.
That was me.
53% goes to Mara. 46% goes to Starkiller.
Oh,
Lame.
no.
So the
Oh, wait a minute. No, I
chat-
won. Yay.
Yep, the chat actually gets, or the chat has Mara Jade winning, where the panel, I believe, went more toward Galen.
Mhm.
So
Woo chat.
thank you all for participating and whatnot.
Yes, thank you all.
This is fun.
So
Yeah, that was fun.
the
I
next,
would have made the Count Dooku one because Count Dooku is also one of my favorites.
yeah. So the next versus stream will be next year.
Okay.
It will bring the season 4 or season 3 of Versus to a close. It's going to be a Terminator or the T-800 versus RoboCop.
Oh, RoboCop.
Ooh.
I'm not a big fan of Terminator,
Oh.
but I do like RoboCop though.
I'm there. I'm actually not sure which would win, but I'm there as long as I'm available.
All right, NetCat, I'll pencil you in on that one. I'm guessing that Ambassador wants in on it too because he's sounding like a giddy schoolgirl.
Yes.
Okay, I'll pencil in the schoolgirl as well.
Which RoboCop OG? I don't think I've only seen. I don't remember
Can't
how
blame
many
them,
RoboCops
though,
there were.
'cause
Was
I
there
am
one or
Ahsoka
two?
simp and Starkiller simp. You know what? Anyway, folks,
You know what?
am
I do
going
not
to.
like that word. We are fans. We are not simps. A simp is short for simpleton, and none of us here are stupid.
Ahsoka? Forget Ahsoka. I don't like Ahsoka. Ahsoka's annoying.
Like, we all can agree to disagree when it comes to who we are fans of and whatnot.
No,
Yep.
sorry, I'm not. My bad.
Brian,
Tim's talk.
Ahsoka versus Darth Zana. We already had Darth Zana go up against a different Sith Lord, and she annihilated her. Ahsoka would not, or Darth Zana knows techniques that not even Palpatine can stand against.
Who is Darth?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Who did you put Zana
Who?
up against?
Darth Talon.
Okay.
Darth Galen. I don't know her.
No,
Twilight.
yeah.
Zana could literally go up against, or she could possibly stand up against the Immortal Emperor.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because she is that, or she knew power, or she had powers that were extremely. You don't mess with them. Let's just say that, because the mere touch of her, or the mere touch of a dark side tendril, annihilates whatever it touches.
Well, not to mention, she would completely and utterly own, and I would be ever so satisfied to see this. She completely and utterly own Rey. I'd be like, "Go, Zana, go!"
So we already put Rey up, or we already put Rey up against freaking Valen, and she got annihilated.
Oh, that was a fun.
Tim
one.
Possible, good to see you, dude. Or Tim Talk.
She'd lose
It's
that
Tim
battle
Possible.
quickly.
Yep.
Darth Jar
Yeah.
Jar, he would decapitate himself in 10 seconds.
Anyway,
No,
folks,
his tongue stuck in the binders.
we are
That
going
too.
we're going to wrap it up here. I do want to thank my panel, Aaron, NetCat, and Ambassador for joining.
Hey.
And yes, stay tuned for this upcoming Wednesday. I have the mystery review. For those of you who know from the 2 hints, do not spoil it. The hints are Rubber Teeth and Orca. The full Aussie Soul Assassin, I cannot promote that right now because Lethal said he is not doing another full Aussie until further notice because of the incident that happened during the last full Aussie. But I will give a shout out to the boys because they are indeed, all 3 of them and Stephanie, worth supporting. Free Willy, final answer.
Oh.
It's a good guess, but it's not correct.
Although,
And Orange Hat, thank you for having me on here. I appreciate it. It was fun.
All of y'all, please support these YouTubers because they deserve the support that all the bigger YouTubers also have. I am trying my best to get to 800 subs before this month is out, as well as 2,000 watched hours. I am very close to that goal, but I can only use it with the help of the community. So yes, if you guys could play my playlists, I have a bunch of them made up, hours of content. Also, give these folks your support as well. They are very deserving.
I try.
Oh, thank you.
And Ambassadorial Wing is a great channel in itself. He's doing some great content over there, so definitely give him one. Netcat does some good stuff, and Erin is just getting her channel back
Off the
up and at
ground.
him.
Yeah.
So definitely support these folks. Give them a sub. Check out their stuff.
Yep.
And folks, thank you so much. I'll see you guys Wednesday night next week, and the Friday after that is going to be Assassin's Creed discussion.
Ooh, Assassin's Creed. I love.
Or no,
Assassin's
wait. If I can actually get to a theater, that might not, or no.
So they're
Next
just
Friday,
not with you?
no, Saturday, I will be doing the Far From Home review.
You mean
Or
Way
No
Home?
Way Home review, yeah. So,
Mm.
yes. Everybody also give Riot Kitty a sub too if you haven't. She's also a
Riot
great
Yes.
YouTuber as well.
Yes. Me?
So, anyway, folks, this has been Orange Hat Reviews and Panel. Have a wonderful night. And always to remember, folks, stay humble.